And he is a red river hog. Hey buddy, thank you for coming out here to help me.
Well, as you well know, I am the smartest creature here.
Now don't worry everyone, you don't need a red river hog to help you recycle your old cell phones. You can just bring them here. In fact, the Cincinnati Zoo is one of the places you can drop off your old cell phones to be recycled through our EcoCell program. Now, recycling old phones not only helps keep hazardous waste out of landfills, but cell phone batteries contain a mineral called coltan, and coltan is mined in red river hog and gorilla habitats. So, recycling your old cell phones, you can help save species like Francis here.
My fellow hogs say thank you in advance. Oh, I shall see you soon.
Alright, bye Francis. Oh, that big. He comes out here and, you know, he does try to help a little, but I think he's just out here because he wants to be the star of our show. He's kind of a real stage hog. That's a good one. However, I think he's just being a ham. Oh, everyone thinks it's so funny. Well, we are starting our show in just a few minutes, so enjoy the show, folks, and I'm just going to set up a few things in the yard. Alright, again, our show begins in just a minute and goes for about a half hour. So if you're still at our entryway, you're just in time, come on in and have a seat. There's still plenty of...
Come to quench their thirst. Today you will witness the amazing speed and agility of this, the world's fastest land mammal. So sit back, relax, and welcome the animal trainers of the Cincinnati Zoo.
Alright, how's everyone doing today? Pretty good, but I think you can do a little bit better. We are here to see some cheetahs after all. So try again. How's everyone doing today? Alright, that's much better. My name is Hannah, and I'd love to welcome you all to our Cheetah Encounter Show here at the Cincinnati Zoo. Now today, you're in for a real treat. See, cheetahs are amazing animals, and they're very unique. We all know they're strong and powerful runners and hunters, but they're also really shy and delicate animals too. And that's why this is one of the few places in the entire world where you can see them do what they do best, run, right up close and personal, and it's absolutely breathtaking. Now here at the show, we know that's what you came to see. You want to see our cheetahs run. So this year, we've decided to kick off our show with our cheetahs running right away. Now running first today, and
No show with cheetahs running first. No, we've got a little bit of problem over here in the yard.
What's going on?
See, the way we get our cheetahs to run is we use this lure system, and the lure system's supposed to be hooked up to a battery, but the battery is gone.
Oh no. Well, what happened?
I'm not really sure. I was out here earlier setting it up. You can ask Francis, he was out here with me. Of course, complaining about not being the star of the show. Blah, blah, blah. One day he's going to do something about it. You don't think.
Oh, yeah.
Francis had something to do. Did you? Francis? Did you take the battery to the lure machine?
Well, it just so happens that I did. But I'm doing you a favour. Well, I've only ever seen these cats eat in sleep. And I'm not letting you subject this poor audience to such a boring spectacle. I should be the star of the show. Watch what I can do.
Well, Francis, those are some pretty impressive moves. And we all know pigs are very smart. But cats are amazing animals. And they have some really unique adaptations.
Yes. Okay, cats spend 20 hours of their day sleeping. It's true. John the Lion's probably not doing anything right now. But when cats are up and they're hunting, they're incredibly active. They can run, they can jump, they can swim. And I hate to break it to you, sir, as cute as you are, people came here to see cats, not a red river hog.
They're so smart.
Well, I'm a reasonable hog. Let's have a wager.
Ooh, a wager.
If you can impress this audience and me with your feline friends, then I will return your battery. But if this show turns out to be a catastrophe, I get to take over. Do we have a deal?
All right, bud. Now you're going to have to leave the show yard there in order for us to have our deal. Or you can drink some water first. Off you go. You have yourself a deal.
Now? I have a few tricks of my own.
Linda, this audience does not want to sit through one of Bacon's one hog shows.
Yep, you really don't.
So we need to get right down to winning this bet. So which cat do you think will impress this audience the most?
You know what? I think Minnow, the fishing cat, is the cat for the job.
Well, fishing cats are incredibly unique, and just like their name says, actually do fish for their food. Found along rivers and streams in Southeast Asia, fishing cats will use their paws to tap the surface of the water in order to mimic an insect landing there. It's just like you throwing out your fishing line. Now when a fish comes to the surface thinking it has a meal, that's when it becomes a meal.
That's right. If a fish tries to swim away, well, as you can see, the fishing cat has no problem going in after them. She keeps her eyes open underwater and uses that short tail much like a rudder on a boat. All right, Minnow, I think to get the full effect, we're going to have to go for the high dive. There you go. All right, show them how it's done, fishing cat.
Minnow definitely knows how to make a splash. Now don't worry everyone, Minnow won't spend the rest of her day wet. Fishing cats have specialized coats, and with a couple quick shakes on her way back home, all that water will wick right off.
Woo, just like that, and then the splash zone. Now, fishing cats are incredibly rare to see, both in the wild and in captivity. We here at the zoo are fortunate to have only one of two ambassador fishing cats in zoos across the country. So it's very, very impressive, but not to Francis. Colleen, what did we do wrong?
You know, I think it's because we need to show an African species of cat. Because Francis is an African species of pig. Maybe he just wants to see something from around his area.
That makes sense. Now which cat did you have in mind?
I was thinking about it. I think it should be an African serval. In fact, I have Cleo right over here. Cleo is 6 years old, and she is a fully grown African serval. Very cool. And as she comes over here, hey, why don't you tell the audience just how cool servals really are?
Now, African servals are known for their impressive ability to camouflage in the tall grasses of the African savanna in order to hide from their predators. However, this also makes it difficult for them to see their prey. Now, that's where those huge ears come in handy. Those ears give servals excellent hearing. In fact, their hearing is so good, they can hear a mouse or a rat an entire football field length away. That means if you put a serval in one end zone of the Bengals Stadium and a mouse on the other, the serval will be able to track it down and find it. It's pretty impressive.
It is cool, but even though the serval can track the rodent, usually rodents don't want to be eaten by a serval, so they just run down into a burrow hole to get away. Luckily though, the serval has this handy adaptation, the nice long arms to reach right down in and grab the rodents right out of any burrow hole, just like you see Cleo doing here.
Now that is really neat, but of course servals can't catch every rodent in Africa, and so they do have a plan B, and it's birds.
That's right, uh-oh. Yeah. I just realized how many kids are in the audience, and this is a family show. Maybe we shouldn't have our servals catching birds.
Right. How about a wiffle ball instead?
Oh, that's a great idea. There's one right there.
Now, able to leap 5 times the length of their body, servals can grab birds, or wiffle balls, right out of the air.
All right, Cleo, show them what you can do right up there. It's a hovering wiffle bird, ready for you to catch it. You can do it. Good job, Cleo. But, you know, you are an African serval after all, one of the best jumpers in the cat world. I think we might need a bigger jump to impress Francis and win the bet.
I think so too. What do you say, audience? We need a bigger jump for Cleo. All right, we need to see the best jump you've got if we're going to win this bet. Now let's help her out with a little bit of motivational music.
All right, Cleo. All right, picture yourself in Africa with the rap music blaring in the background. And then here's a big wiffle bird hovering just for you. You can do it. Channel your inner serval. Should be easy because you are. Stay focused. Do it. Wind up. And big jump from Cleo. Good job.
What a fantastic jump from Cleo. You know, servals are amazing jumpers. And I think we are well on our way to winning that bet with Francis and getting our battery back. Now, it just so happens we have a high jumping member of our audience, too. And Ian here thinks he can jump as high. Test out your jumping skills? All right. Here we go. So on the count of 3, you're going to jump up there and grab that wiffle bird with both paws, just like Cleo the serval. Are you ready? All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, jump! Nicely done. All right, very, very good. However, hold on, sir, we're not done yet. We have to play fair here at the Cat Show. If 1-foot servals can jump over 9 feet in the air, then in order to jump as high as Cleo, you have to jump all the way up there. What do you say, Ian? Think we can do it? No? Our audience, we're going to give it a shot, right? We'll need everybody to count with us this time. We'll get you some motivational music, too, to help you out. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, jump! All right, fantastic job. Give Ian a huge round of applause. Great job. We are definitely going to win this bet. Our awesome fishing cat.
Hey, Hannah, that was a great volunteer. It gave me a really good idea.
Okay.
It's going to require a volunteer this time on this side of the yard. But I do have some criteria. I'm very picky about my volunteers.
Okay.
Volunteer has to be about yay tall.
Yay. All right.
A really fast runner. fast like money, and most importantly, not an only child. The parents, if you have a pair, I'm just gonna need one.
Wait, not Linda, what are you doing out here?
Yeah, what are we doing? The thing is, we don't have the lure battery, so we need something for the cheetahs to chase.
Oh, no.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get close and personal to a cheetah.
Say that.
So I'm out here creating solutions.
No, Linda. That's called an end of a lifetime opportunity.
All right, well, what do you have then?
Listen, I know that you're just trying to be helpful, so why don't you just make yourself useful? Go right back there and release the cheetah, but only when Hannah says so, okay?
Okay.
I got cheese. Hannah, how about we try something a little safer this time?
I think a training run instead was a great idea, Alicia. See, our cheetahs, they're trained athletes. So in order to get them in shape for the big lure run in our yard, we help them exercise through training runs where they chase a wiffle ball attached to a lunge whip. So who would like to see one of our training runs today? Yeah! Linda's gonna release that cheetah from the gate in the back. So get your cameras ready. And like I said earlier, cheetahs are incredibly unique. In fact, here at the show, we say they're even more dog-like than they are cat-like, especially because of their dog-like paws. So if you take a look at our cheetah's paws, you'll see they do look an awful lot like your dogs at home. I know it's a little silly, but you really shouldn't laugh at them. They're still really big cats, so probably shouldn't make fun of them. Alicia, I said dog-like, and that looks like an actual dog.
Hey, CJ, did that pig put you up to this? No, that wasn't it. How about we try one more time? Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, Hannah, don't feel cheated.
That's a good one.
Somebody liked it. I just came up with it. Clever, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's very clever.
This, everybody, is CJ. CJ is an Anatolian Shepherd dog. Now, Anatolian Shepherd dogs actually do kind of help cheetahs. These dogs are currently being used in Africa to protect farmers' livestock from predators like cheetahs.
That's right, and all these dogs have to do is give out one big loud bark in order to scare predators like cheetahs away from farmers' livestock. This is a very important part of cheetah conservation because if cheetahs don't hurt the livestock, then farmers have no reason to harm the cheetahs. This is a very successful program and just one of the many conservation solutions that we support here at the Cincinnati Zoo, the Cat Ambassador Program, and the Angel Fund here. So just by coming to our show today, you've already helped save cheetahs in the wild. Now, speaking of cheetahs, what do you say, audience? After all these shenanigans, do we deserve that battery back? Yeah, I think so too. Let's get Francis out here and just settle this once and
I
for all.
must say, you gave a grand effort with your cats, despite my plan to ruin the show with the dog decoy. I guess I turned out to be a real cheater myself.
Oh, big guy. Well, you know what? Don't be too hard on yourself. But how about you go ahead and give us that battery back, because these lovely folks would love to see a cheetah run.
Oh, I've already put it back. Truth be told, I'm a little excited to see these cheetahs run myself now. Oh no, cats were such amazing creatures.
Glad we could make him into a cat fan after all.
Oh, it's just in time too, because I bet by now our cheetahs are raring and ready to go. So who's excited to finally see our cheetahs run today? Now today, our cheetahs will be chasing a big fuzzy dog toy. Turns out they are rather dog-like after all. And that dog toy is our lure. It's hooked up to the little round the mound at the far end and then come flying right across the front of our stage, ending in a sliding stop at that end of the yard. So have your cameras ready to go. Now that lure line ends in a giant wheel, and that wheel is controlled by a car battery. The car battery is controlled by our trainers, and it's their job to try to keep that dog toy right in front of our cheetahs and moving as fast as possible all the way around our yard so that we can see our cats running at their top speeds. Now running first today happens to be the youngest member of our Cat Ambassador Program family. You might have known her as Baby Savannah back in Zoo Baby Month in May, but she has recently had her first birthday and she has grown up into a beautiful young lady. In fact, she's big enough now to be running on the big girl lure machine just like all of our adult cheetahs. Her name is Savannah, and the youngest member of our program. She's ready to run. Like we're set to go, ladies and gentlemen, the fastest animal on land. This is African cheetah Savannah. There she goes across the back. She is off and running for the far corner. She's headed all the way around the mound, and here she comes. Get those cameras rolling. Will she catch her prey? She's focused, and she's got it. Great job, Savannah. Now this is one of my favorite parts of the show because we have to get that dog toy back somehow. We're going to see another cheetah run. And in order to do that, our trainers will just reach down and grab it really quickly right out of her mouth in one swift motion. No? That's not the plan. Just kidding, folks. Even though our cheetahs are born and raised in captivity and are trained cats, they still are wild animals. We're definitely not going to reach in their mouth to grab that toy. See, Savannah worked really hard to catch her prey, and we want to make sure that she gets paid appropriately for all that hard work. And that's why all of our cheetahs are trained to trade the fuzzy dog toy for a nice big pan of their favorite treats. And you'll see that our cheetahs really are fed off of silver platters. Now, while we get all set up for our next cheetah to run today, we have an audience member who's on a mission to be as fast as our cheetahs. But in order to do that, she's going to need some good cheetah adaptations to help her out. Hannah, are you ready to come on down? Yeah. All right. Now, one question we get here all the time at the show is how do you tell a cheetah apart from all the other big cats with spots? And the best way to do that is to look for Mallard stripes. Those are those two black lines. They run down either side of a cheetah's face, and they work like eye black on a football or baseball player because they help block the reflection of the sun so the cheetahs can see when they're hunting during the daytime. Kind of like the sunglasses you all are wearing. So if you're going to be as fast as a cheetah, you're going to need some Mallard stripes too so we can see our prey. All right, looking good. Now we know cheetahs are incredibly fast. They can top 70 miles an hour, but they can only maintain that speed for about 30 seconds. So in order to catch their prey, they need to get nice and close before they take off running. And the best way to do that is with some good camouflage. And what better camouflage for the African savanna than cheetah spots, of course? So we have some cheetah spots for you. There we go. Cheetahs have about 2,000 spots, and every spot pattern is unique, just like your fingerprint, so you can tell our cheetahs apart just based off of their own unique spot patterns. Our cheetahs have lovely long tails, and they use them just like a rudder on a boat to help them steer and balance when they're taking tight turns. Their tails are really muscular and they're flat on the side, so they help them steer when they're running at top speeds. And our pig thought it was pretty funny earlier, but cheetahs really do have dog-like feet. If you take a look at our cheetah's paws, you'll see that their claws stay out all the time, unlike the retractable claws of a house cat. And for that reason, their claws aren't very sharp, but that's okay. Cheetahs don't use their claws to catch their prey. They use them instead for traction, just like treads on cleats. So what do you say, audience? Do you think Hannah looks a little faster with some good cheetah adaptations today? I think so. Give her a big round of applause. Great job, Hannah. I'll take your Mallard stripes and your camouflage. You can head back to your seat because it looks like we're all set and ready to go with our next cheetah to run. Just about. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the fastest animal on land. This is African cheetah, Nia. There she goes. She's run right past her prey. And it looks like maybe our prey ran out of steam. I'm guessing that might be the battery's fault. Maybe that pig replaced our battery with one that wasn't working too well. We'll see if we can trade our cheetah for a nice big pan of her favorite treats, get our prey up and moving again so she can finish her run. I think that was a little bit too easy for our cheetahs. See if we can convince her that some treats are just as yummy as that toy. There we go, and it's off and running again. There she goes. She's headed for the mound at the far end. She's going all the way around, and here she comes across the front. Get that determination and speed. Will she catch it again? And she's got it. Great job, Mia. What a fantastic run. Now, even though cheetahs are the fastest animals on land, for a while it seemed like they were running out of time. For many years, cheetah populations were declining. They started to disappear altogether from the African savanna. However, over recent years, their populations have begun to grow, and we're hopeful that they'll continue to grow in the future. Thanks in part to support of conservation programs by the Cincinnati Zoo, the Cat Ambassador Program, and of course visitors like you, who just by coming to see our animals today have already helped save African cheetahs in the wild. And now if you'd like to learn more about ways you can help save species like our cheetahs, just visit us online at cincinnatizoo.org. On behalf of all the cheetah encounter trainers here today, I'd like to thank you for coming and allowing us to share our amazing animals with you. Make sure you check out all the other Keeper Talks and shows throughout the rest of your day here at the Cincinnati Zoo.